Three, two.
Daryl J. Bennett here with Millennium 24 News in Manhattan, New York, at the presidential debate, free and fair elections. Second presidential debate, actually, that they've hosted. And I'm here with Chase Oliver. Thank you so much, first of all, for your time. I really appreciate it. Talk to us a little bit about your candidacy.
Yeah, so I love the fact that you guys are Millennium News because I'm actually a millennial who's running for president. I think we need to have a new generational voice in power in our government, and I think that starts with having more options outside of the two-party system. I'm somebody who's run for office before a U.S. Senate race in 2022. I forced the runoff between Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock, and when that happened, I got lots of news and attention for the Libertarian Party. And as soon as I did that, people said, you should start thinking about running for president. And I said, you're crazy, I don't want to do this. But after about a dozen people call you in a day to say, maybe you should think about this, you start exploring the idea, and I've gotten great response from voters across the country as I've traveled. I've been to 44 states now, on my way to all 50 states, and so we're just firing on all cylinders. We're growing the momentum, and just today I found out we have donors now in all 50 states. So we now have supporters helping the campaign out monetarily in all 50 states. I think we're the first libertarian campaign, certainly, to have that.
Yeah, because you said you're 39, right?
Yep.
So tell me this. Do you think the fact that we have such, let me see, how do I put it? Leadership that's older, right? Like you said, about twice your age, both candidates for the Democrat and the Republican in this so-called duopoly. Do you think that that more inspires millennials and even Gen Zers to get involved, or do you think it has the opposite effect?
Yeah, I think having two parties that are constantly controlled by those who are from like the silent generation or boomers is really turning off to younger voters. Younger voters want to see people that look like them, that can resonate with the issues that matter to them. And let's be real, are you really going to be concerned with what happens a quarter century from now if you're not going to be alive 25 years from now? And so younger voters, they want to see what people are going to do for the long term and not just short-term gains. But to have that, you have to have that mindset of like, I'm actually going to be around and see this country as it exists in 25 years. So maybe I have a vested interest in seeing it succeed. And I think a lot of millennials certainly feel that way as they see the cost of living rise, the quality of life depleting, and the fact that we might be the first generation ever that does less well than our parents did. That's something that we should be fighting back against. And certainly I don't think Gen Z voters or millennials are at all excited about people who are 80 or older trying to run the country. We don't even let 80-year-olds drive in some places. So why are we letting them control the nuclear bombs and the economic levers of power that control our lives?
Day one, President Oliver does what?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is, as soon as I take the oath of office, I immediately walk up to the microphone and I pardon Edward Snowden, Julian Assange, Ross Ulbricht, Leonard Peltier, and start the process of pardoning all nonviolent people who are in jail right now who have not committed an act that causes force, fraud, violence, theft, or coercion. If you haven't done those things, there is no victim and there is no crime. You should be out of jail. And so I would start dismantling that and then immediately start closing our bases overseas and start dismantling the military footprint that we've put all around the world. Because since I've been in high school, we've continued to expand our power via the drone, via the bomb, and not via diplomacy. And that's the sea change we really need.
So I want you to look at this camera and talk to the people that maybe they don't know you, or they, watch the debate today so they feel like they know a little bit of you, and maybe they've looked at your social media or some news that's out there. But what do you want them to hear from you? What do you want them to know about Chase Oliver from Chase Oliver?
Yeah, I want each and every person out there to know this. I don't know the best way to run your life or live your life. You actually know those things. So what you can trust that I'm going to do is not try to make those decisions for you. I want to release that power out of the hands of government and return that to you because you know what's best for you. You know what's best for your kids and your community, and that's where the power should really lie, not in some sort of centralized bureaucratic state that exists in Washington, D.C. or your state house. And it's totally doable for us to decentralize power out of their hands and put it in the hands of our local communities, or at best, ourselves. One thing you might not know about me is I'm somebody who's worked in both the service industry, blue-collar work in restaurants for 13 years, doing everything from being a dishwasher to a line cook to a server to a general manager. But I also have white-collar experience in the world of corporate logistics, helping to move goods from one part of the world to the other. So I kind of have work experience in both of those areas, and those insights have allowed me, just being a regular Joe, to kind of feel what the regular Joe's feeling out there.
And where can they find you? Last question.
Oh, you can find me at votechaseoliver.com, or if you have a phone right now, you can just text my name, Chase, to 21,000. That'll give you a link to get started as a part of a volunteer or supporter, or just to check out the website. And of course, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Chase for Liberty. And that's what we're doing right now. We're chasing liberty and the freedom that we all should enjoy. And so I hope you get out there and support the campaign.
I love that play on words, Chase for Liberty.
It's easy when your name is a verb.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, Godspeed to you. Where are you off to next?
So I'm off to tomorrow morning. I'm going to Indiana. Then Saturday I will be in both Charlottesville, Virginia, and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Then Sunday I'll be in New Jersey. Monday I'll be in Alabama. And then at night I do a virtual town hall with those folks in Hawaii. So even though I'm not there, I'm in spirit with those in Hawaii. And then on Tuesday morning I finally get to drive myself back home and get 2.5 days of peace and rest and relaxation with my cats and roommate before I have to head back out and do it all over again.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, Godspeed on your journeys, your travels, and on your campaign. Thank you for your time, Chase.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. I know you're tired, boy.
You going to be back in New York soon?
I don't know exactly